Welcome back. Let's turn to our spotlight for you this morning. We're spotlighting the trial of a New Jersey man who's accused of murdering his brother's family, including 2 young, beautiful children. So this is the defendant. This is Paul Caneiro, and the allegation is that he got into some financial trouble. He was best friends and business partners with his brother Keith. And the allegation is that when things started getting bad and when Keith was on to his financial problems and stealing that was allegedly occurring, that he murdered Keith, police say, and Keith's wife, his sister-in-law, Jennifer. Look at this beautiful family. And police allege that he also murdered his niece, Sophia, and his nephew, Jesse, by stabbing those children multiple times. His niece stabbed 17 times. Let's take a listen to what the prosecutor said.
He stabbed his nephew, Jesse, multiple times in his upper body and threw his arm into his chest. And he stabbed his niece, Sophia, 17 times over her entire 45-pound body.
Who does that? What kind of monster does that? Sure sounds like overkill to us. How about you? So why? Let's bring in criminology expert, author, and professor at St. Thomas University, Dr. Debbie Goodman. Dr. Debbie, good morning. What do you think was going on here on these facts if we believe what police are saying Paul Caneiro did?
Thank you, Julie. Good morning, and what a sad, shocking, sickening case this is. I believe police, Julie, I think that Paul Caneiro was in a desperate spiral. I think money was the motivation. I believe these atrocious killings that took place was for a different reason. I think he wanted to manipulate the crime scene. He wanted it to appear as if it could not possibly be him, but rather maybe more than one killer, because we have the gunshots, sadly, tragically, of Keith and Jennifer and the stab wounds of little Jesse and Sophia. So I think this is an absolutely devious, despicable individual who would do it, but I think he did it for the money, Julie.
Oh, I've got chills hearing you speak about this, Dr. Debbie. To reiterate, you're saying you think that he wanted it to appear as if it couldn't be him. So if it was so bad, so bloody, so gruesome, so heinous, then perhaps investigators would never look his direction. Is that what you're saying?
Correct, Julie, and we have seen it before, you know, these classifications of crime. One of the worst, right? Familicide, where a family member annihilates another family member. But we know law enforcement investigation 101, family members are a primary group to whom they turn and look toward, because is there discord, is there disharmony, are there issues of, arguments? Allegedly, there were just several days before this tragedy. So I think the facts are lining up. Again, we'll use the word allegedly, but I believe Paul Caneiro, in his mind, this was this desperate unraveling of facts that his brother Keith was aware of. Paul Caneiro did not want that to be disclosed. I know you mentioned Alex Murdaugh earlier today. I'll mention him too, because I think there's alignment between the cases. Alex Murdaugh, the killing of Maggie and his son Paul, allegedly he was with financial issues to the tune of $9 to $11 million in debt. I think he killed his family members because he wanted to deflect attention away from that.
Yes, boy, I'm glad to see that you see the alignment as well, Dr. Debbie, with these individuals. And thank you again for prefacing your comments with allegedly. And we're doing this analysis based on the police allegations. We know that Paul Caneiro is cloaked in the presumption of innocence. His lawyer is saying that police got the wrong guy. Not him, didn't do it. He's being defended on innocence grounds. The state has a very different posture. As you know, I've got a clip for you, Dr. Debbie, where they talk about how he allegedly snuck up on his own family. Take a look.
He waited until dark, until the early morning hours after midnight, and he came prepared. He armed himself with a loaded handgun. He wore black nitrile gloves on his hands, and he snuck up on the family while they slept.
Dr. Debbie, what does that say to you? The plot, the lying in wait, the stealth nature of this in the middle of the night when they're all at their most vulnerable state, sound asleep.
Right, Julie, highest level of evil, but again, we go down the list of elements of first-degree murder. It's all there, the planning, the premeditation, the willful, the malice. So yes, I'll agree with your word. I think this was a plot. He devised this plan to where he thought he would get away with it, bring allegedly his brother Keith outside. The generator went down. He would logically want to look into what happened. That now leaves him potentially exposed for the horror that he faced. And now we have the innocent mother, Jennifer, and these two children on the screen. It's just so, difficult to see what's happened, but that would make sense to me as a criminologist, this step-by-step planned the action, he carried it out, and again, these three elements of gunshot, stabbing, and fire, Julie, I think he planned that so it does not look like he would be capable of that, because remember, too, the allegation that his own home potentially was also ablaze.
Right, Dr. Debbie, yeah. I want to play a clip for you now from the defense opening statement. Let's take a look.
And those kids, Jesse and Sophia, he loved them like they were his own children. And the people that know them know he would never hurt them.
He loved them, she says. Again, she's an advocate, advocating for him, but that may be true. Dr. Debbie, how do you reconcile these concepts? The concept that he loved them all their lives, and I believe there's evidence of that we're going to see from the defense when it comes time for them to present. But then the prosecution also has evidence, so they say, even forensic blood evidence that they say on items found at his home, his belongings that link to the children's DNA and can help prove these homicides, so they say. How can both things be true? Stabbing these kids multiple times, police say, but these are children he loved.
Yeah, it's just so difficult, Julie, in this world of criminal psychology and what's in the minds of these individuals. I always say in circumstances such as this, there could be that fine line between love and hate. And we've seen it in so many other cases, Julie. Would we say Lori Vallow, did she love Tylee and JJ? Well, then she killed them. Did Scott Peterson love Lacey and death of unborn Connor and the wife? So many cases. Chris Watts, right? So this love in part, but not in full. You can't love somebody and kill them so brutally. And I do think that this individual, it appears that the facts are pointing to him. We keep him under the cloak as innocence, as you suggest, and I maintain as well. But at the moment, the facts are really pointing in his direction.
Yeah, definitely. Dr. Debbie, excellent analysis and insight from you. As per usual, we know you have to get off to class and go teach your students. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.